For breakfast, we are making my favorite breakfast when we go out to eat in a restaurant, and that is country fried steak with, you like it too, Coop? With country gravy. I have some cube steak that I salt and peppered on each side. I have 1.5 cups of flour, a cup of milk with 2 eggs. I'm gonna beat the eggs. We just wanna dredge the cube steak in the flour and then take it over here to the egg wash bath, back into the flour. I have an iron skillet heated up with just enough oil to kind of coat the bottom. It's nice and hot. We're going to take this right over to the pan. I drained all but a couple of tablespoons of oil, added 1/4 cup of flour, seasoned with salt, and pepper. And we'll just make a nice little roux. I added back like a tablespoon of oil. I think I took too much out originally. That was better. I'm going to start with a cup of milk. Probably have to add a little more. I turned down the heat to a medium-low. Let's see how much residual heat's in that pan. Yeah, definitely going to have to add a little bit more milk. I added some more milk and just keep stirring to smooth out this gravy. A little trick I do is I add about a tablespoon of a chicken bouillon. It gives it a lot of flavor. Don't tell anybody, that's my secret to my country fried steak. Taste for seasoning. That is fantastic. That looks good. Let's get this plated up. I'm just going to take some of that wonderful country gravy, that milk gravy that we made, drizzle right on the top. And then we have some scrambled eggs going on the plate, little avocado. I think the plate needs a little color, so I'm just going to put those little orange slices on there, those little mandarin oranges. Here is my plate. We have some scrambled eggs from our chickens and some citrus from our citrus haul. The beef is from our beef cow. This is going to be delish. The perfect bite. Doing the happy dance. Happy dance. Mmm. Yum, yum. I'm making some brown molasses bread. I'm starting with 1 cup of warm water, 1 tablespoon of dried yeast, and I'm going to add 1/4 cup of honey. This is a delicious bread. We'll give this a big mix and let it sit for a few minutes. The yeast looks great. To the mixture, I'm adding 1/3 cup of molasses. And 1 tablespoon of cocoa powder. I'm going to start with 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour. And 3/4 cup of a whole wheat flour. A teaspoon of salt and a tablespoon of olive oil. We'll just eyeball it. That looks good. We're going to start mixing this up with the dough hook attachment. After the dough comes together, just go ahead and knead for 10 minutes. After the dough has kneaded for 10 minutes, place it in a grease bowl and cover with plastic wrap. Cover with a clean kitchen towel and let it rise. It's going to take a little longer because of the whole wheat flour. The dough has doubled in size, so we're going to get it turned down onto the workstation. Into a 350-degree oven. Look at this beautiful bread, the crumb on it. Okay, we took some of that beautiful molasses bread, and I'm going to start with some turkey, a couple slices. I tell you, having that electric slicer has saved us so much money over the years, and I picked it up on the Facebook marketplace for $200. A little bit of provolone cheese, lettuce, and a couple tomato slices. We're going to add some avocado. And we had some of those really thin sliced onions left over from the other night. And there is our sandwich. Let me cut this in half. Look at that. Oh, that's going to be delightful. And the last time that I made French onion soup, I freezed a bunch of it. So I'm going to pull that out of the freezer. I'll show you how I freezed it. We had leftover French onion soup, and I froze it in these super cubes. I don't know if you guys have seen these, but I love them. And they're silicone, and you can do, these are 2-cup serving sizes, and I froze it overnight, and I'm getting ready to package it up for the freezer. I went ahead and I cut some of the French bread and put some of the Swiss and Gruyere cheese on here and just kind of sealed a crouton for future use here. We ended up with 4 of these French onion soup cubes. I made 4 of the crostinis that has the Swiss and Gruyere cheese. And the cool thing about the super cubes is they have these baking dishes. So whenever we want to have a single serving of French onion soup. The cubes fit perfectly into these baking dishes. Put it in the oven, can toast off the crostini, and we have beautiful French onion soup at our disposal. Love it. Plus, they stack really nice in the freezer. We're gonna dive into some of these French onion soup packs that I have out in the freezer. Comes with a little crostini and some French onion soup. It fits perfectly in these super cube casserole dishes. Just gonna heat this up in the oven. Just gonna put those in a 350-degree oven, and we'll toast these off at the very end, and we'll have some delicious French onion soup. We just toasted up the crostinis. Gonna float one right there, and we're gonna have some delicious leftover French onion soup. French onion soup in this delicious sandwich. Wait till I show you what we're gonna have for dessert. I have some brandied cherries. These are delicious. I'm gonna get them into a little saucepan. I just drained all of the juice in here. I wanna reduce this by half, and then I'm gonna add the cherries and warm them through. I have a little scoop of vanilla ice cream, and I have a little brownie. I've been trying to work through the boxed brownie mix that I have in my pantry. Now we're just gonna add some of those brandied cherries with that wonderful sauce. And this is like an instant cherry Jubilee. I can't think of a better way to end a lovely day. This never fails. Brandied cherries.